We're in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. Just raising his eyebrows as he approaches the red corner is Vsevolod Shumkov of the Russian Boxing Federation.
The boxer representing the Republic of Uzbekistan, Abdumalik Halakov.
His opponent, Abdumalik Halakov of Uzbekistan. He'll be boxing out of the blue corner.
Biz Sof savdo internet magazinini ofisidamiz. Mana bu ko'rib turgan mahsulotlaringizni har bittasini Moskva, Sankt-Peterburgdan ofislarimizga olishingiz mumkin. Dastavkamiz 1 soatda, O'zbekistonda esa 1 kunda amalga oshiriladi. Endi qolaversa boshqa shahar boshqalardagi pochtalaringiz imенно shu ko'rinishda yetib boradi. Ko'rib turibsiz, har bitta mahsulotni upakovka qilayotganda vizitkalarimiz bo'ladi обязательно. Solib upakovka qilib, xuddi shu ko'rinishga yetib keladi-da, pochtangiz 1 kun ichida chiqadi. 3 kun 4 kunda posilkani qabul qilib olishingiz mumkin. Bemalol zakaz qilishingiz mumkin. Video ostida nomerlarimiz qoldiramiz, operatorlarimiz javob berishadi.
So, Mokratari Sidali of Algeria is our referee. And we are underway. Action from the 60-kilogram lightweight division between boxers from the Russian Boxing Federation and Uzbekistan. The man wearing red, who is on the front foot looking to employ his considerable hand speed, is Vsevolod Shumkov, 20 years of age during the course of Belgrade 2021. Just turned 20 and he's still in contention, one win away from the semi-finals. His opponent is 21 years of age, and that is Abdumalik Halakov of Uzbekistan. Both men have been sensational so far. 4th bout of the tournament for Shumkov, and he has been in 2 absolute thrillers in his round of 64 contest against Jonathan Mansour of the United States of America, taking that one on a 4-1 split in a battle between 2 slick, speedy, skillful boxers. And then to progress through to the quarterfinals, he outpointed Hayato Tsutsumi, the 2016 World Youth Championship gold medalist, in what was a brilliant contest. Again, taking it on a 4-1 split, but make no mistake, it was competitive right up until the final bell. As for Halakov, he's been a lot more dominant in his 2 completed contests, having received a bye in the first preliminary round. Used beautiful switch hitting to outpoint the man from Northern Macedonia, Yasin Lama, the 2019 European Games participant, in the round of 32. And then against today, Chanoga, he produced 2 8-counts, which may have, the second of which may have resulted in an ankle injury for today. Chanoga in the 3rd and final round. Outstanding boxer, both of these men, with so many terrific battles over the years in the youth classification. They know one another very well indeed, because in the 2018 World Youth Championships, the gold medal bout came down to these 2. And it was the man in blue who took it as part of what was an outstanding 2018, because later that year he took Youth Olympic gold as well in Buenos Aires. I was there to commentate on that tournament. That's the first time I saw Halakov. And as he's exhibiting here, his talent was immediately apparent. So, 3 years on, at the Senior World Championships, in their bids to make it through to the gold medal bout, which way is this installment of their rivalry going to go? Oh, hitting on the break from Shumkov. Furious exchange between both, and they exchange a couple of punches after the bell as well as a glare before making their way back to their respective corners. Very good round of boxing. Contrasting approaches to helping your fighter recover. Exhibited between the Russian Boxing Federation coaches and the Uzbekistan coaches. A 4-1 split in favor of Halakov. The judge from Canada preferring the work of Shumkov in that first 3-minute session. Shumkov, right at the opening bell, taking it to Halakov. But able to find some space for his work, find some quality, and pick his man off with shots such as that. So into the second round we go then. As well as their considerable success as southpaw left spear home for Halakov. Both of these men national champions in their respective homelands, having picked up the most recent edition of the national championships in 60 kilograms. 5-time national champion is Shumkov, consecutively taking those crowns as well. His most recent coming earlier this year. I was in Roseto to see him earn a bronze medal as he's picked off by another 2-shot salvo from Halakov, but Shumkov getting a bronze medal in the European Under-22 Championships in Italy earlier this year. Well, the referee's got to be quicker on his feet than that, Mr. Mokratari, because both of these men can move from one side of the ring to the other in a flash, positively shape-shifting when they put their foot on the gas. So Shumkov continuing to press, but look at how he's touched up in composed fashion by Halakov. And again, wonderful movement out of the corner, leaving Shumkov swinging and missing, hitting nothing but air. Approaching the midpoint of the second round, Shumkov remaining committed. He knows all about this man. Halakov knows all about him as well. Will he try to target the body? Because you can see what an elusive target the head is to tag cleanly when Halakov is up on his toes, unable to dance and dodge and dart both left and right. So keeping his man at range, tangle of feet, results in a trip to the canvas by Halakov. Gloves wiped clean and we resume. Shumkov not able to unleash his devastating hand speed because invariably he's out of punching range. Halakov remaining on his toes, out of distance, and when he gets into distance, he scores with a bolo left uppercut like that to the body of the man in red. Shumkov trying to close the distance, did get through with a gap there. Halakov just intelligently keeping his head out of harm's way. Bolo left hand to the body once again. Landed by the man in blue, who is cutting a really composed figure in there now. Armbar applied by Shumkov, reciprocated by Halakov. Well, it's physical on the inside. Terrifically picked right cross, scored by Halakov during that attempted trade-off. Half turning his back, which is against the rules, of course, after putting Shumkov in a headlock. Shumkov continuing to press, but cannot close the gap. 2 rounds completed, and Halakov of Uzbekistan controlling the distance very well indeed during that second round. So one tied card of 19 points apiece after the Canadian judge scored the opening round for Shumkov. But Halakov with a very good scored unanimously for Халаков, and there's confirmation. So one tied card of 19 points apiece after the Canadian judge scored the opening round for Shumkov. But Халаков with a very good display in the second round to take it unanimously for all 5 scoring judges. Controlling the distance, eye-catching singles, and terrific composure demonstrated under the fire that Shumkov is attempting to bring. So a sporting touch of gloves then, with 3 minutes to go in this 60-kilogram lightweight quarter-final. Vsevolod Shumkov, one of 8 Russian boxers through to the quarter-final stage, the second most successful nation in terms of quarter-finalists behind Kazakhstan, the only nation in double figures, and he's had success with the right hand twice in quick succession, has Shumkov against Uzbekistan's Abdumalik Halakov. He one of 6 boxers from Uzbekistan out of their 13 who started the tournament to make it through to the final 8. So 2 powerhouse nations from Europe and Central Asia squaring off in this particular quarter-final. And Shumkov remaining in pursuit, but simply cannot close the gap. Digging away with the right uppercut is Shumkov. And then a left jab serves as a stiff deterrent from Халаков, who's just choosing to engage at this particular portion of the round. Neither man really successful during their attempt to trade off. That's a good left hand to the body, but then it was countered immediately by Shumkov. It was Халаков who led off, now looking for the left jab inside. And this really is wonderful stuff. Now he gets up on his bike once again, on his toes, gliding around the boxing ring. Shumkov literally running after him as he attempts to close the distance and get within range. He wings away with a big right hand, but cannot really find the target. Халаков just claiming his man. As both boxers get back to center ring. Well, Shumkov, he has an idea, well, more than anybody, of how difficult a task this is proving to be. There's a brief smile exchange between the two of them. But Shumkov simply cannot close the gap and get this man to engage. His hand speed is one of his best assets, but he's not been able to utilize that because of the movement being employed by Халаков. Terrific ring craft exhibited by the 21-year-old from Tashkent. And in 2 years' time, remember, the World Championships will be in the Uzbekistan capital. And this man will have two more years experience under his belt and have the privilege of competing at a home World Championships event if he can keep the #1 spot in Uzbekistan, because they go deep. Left jab landed and a right hand by Shumkov. Resulted in an exchange because Халаков came back immediately, and that is wonderful to see that respect between two familiar rivals. Shumkov knows that this hasn't been his day, but he gave it absolutely everything. But Халаков controlled the distance, maintained the gap, and engaged when he wanted to. And again, the corner and the scenes that take place in the corner is so instructive before we receive the official verdict. They know that Халаков has done enough. Everybody in that picture knows that Халакov has done enough, and we're just awaiting the formality of the announcement, which will send the man in blue through.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 411 in the ring A, the winner on points by unanimous decision is the boxer out of the blue corner, representing the Republic of Uzbekistan.
So, Abdumalik Halakov, a unanimous points decision victor over Vsevolod Shumkov of the Russian Boxing Federation. And that is how he did it. Terrific to see that sportsmanship between two young men who know one another very well indeed, and given the manner in which they go about their trade, we're likely to see them in AIBA competitions down the line. He's got a whole variety of athletic celebrations, bringing a bit of gymnastics into the boxing ring. And we see another one. For the third time, he uncoils some tumbling for us here at the Stark Arena. And that third victory has sent him through to the semi-finals, a guaranteed World Championship bronze at least for the 21-year-old, and the $25,000 that comes for claiming a World Championship bronze here. Remember, it's 50,000 US for silver and 100,000 US for gold. We'll see Abdumalik Halakov again at the semi-final stage, and we'll surely see Sumkov again in AIBA tournaments down the line. Not his day today. The moment belongs to the man in blue.